All right, hey guys, welcome back. My name is Gary Huang. Today, I'm very excited to have a special live training with Yoni Mazur. Welcome, Yoni. How's it going?
All good, Gary. So nice to be here. Hi, everybody. Welcome in.
Awesome, awesome. So today, Yoni is going to give a master class on Amazon business optimization. He's going to walk you through the 5 key business functions you need to scale your business. So he's really going to walk through like a full tech stack. I know that he spent a lot of time on this. He's going to share some of the best tools to use. He's also going to go through ways to optimize, starting with your accounting to your human resources, your HR, if you're looking to hire, and also with logistics, shipping, and also going into his recommended tools as well as auditing. So we're going to cover a lot of the ways that you can optimize your business. And thank you everyone that pre-submitted your questions. We had over 70 pre-submissions. We reviewed them with Yoni, and he's going to try to cover as many questions as he can. In terms of other specific like strategic questions like launch strategies, we're not going to cover that today. Okay, that we can cover at some other time, but today the main focus is on Amazon business optimization. All right. So I'd like to quickly introduce Yoni for those of you guys that don't know him. Yoni is the CGO, the Chief Growth Officer and co-founder of GETIDA. And he began developing GETIDA after successfully operating a $20 million yearly Amazon FBA business. And he was in the fashion niche, selling fashion brands internationally. So he's walked the walk and he's going to talk the talk right now. So currently, GETIDA specializes in Amazon FBA auditing and reimbursements. So they have a ton of technology that is beyond my pay grade. But the key thing is if you're not getting those reimbursements, you definitely should be doing yourself or using a service like GETIDA to get that money back from you. Okay, otherwise you're leaving money on the table. All right. Yoni also, fun fact, he comes from a military intelligence background, and he served with the IDF Special Navy Intelligence. So if you're caught out late in a dark alley, you'll feel safe with Yoni. All
I
right.
don't know if
So
you'll feel
well,
safe. You might feel smart, but I don't know if you're gonna feel safe.
all right, all right. So welcome back, Yoni, and just to quickly set the table. Who is this session for today, and why should they tune in today?
Guys, so this session is for Amazon sellers, whether you're a newbie, intermediate, even advanced. This Amazon business optimization workshop we're gonna do for the next hour really is almost like a blueprint. So this way you can kind of see a blueprint of what it takes to make an Amazon business act at scale, and then where you should be able to identify where you are today and what kind of step you'll need to take in this blueprint to build that infrastructure to keep optimizing and growing at scale. Hey, Connie. So the thing is that for myself, like you mentioned, we grew the business from 0 to 20 million in Amazon sales. We started to sell on online about a decade ago. I don't sell anymore. We cashed out. But long story short, about a decade ago, we started selling online. Back in the day, eBay was the main arena. 2013, we started selling on Amazon. The business grew very, very quickly from 0 to 20 million, which has its own complexities and structures that are needed. But then also we became a part of a larger group, and as a group, we're doing about 100 million in revenue. So I took a lot of these elements, a lot of the infrastructure that we had back in the day, and sharing it today with you, but also sharing with because we deal with thousands and thousands of sellers on a daily basis, and we are very active in the seller community. So we derive a lot of the stuff that we see that works for other sellers. So I tried to compile everything for you guys to have kind of a good hands on what's going on, the blueprint of things, and hopefully it could be the one little nugget or tip or tool that you're gonna find out in this presentation that might push you further down the road and helping you expand your business. That's kind of the mission of the today's event.
Perfect, perfect. That's great, and I'm super excited for this. And meanwhile, because we are live, I see some people coming in already. If you can see and hear us, please type your name and where you're joining us from in the chat. And I'd like to quickly welcome Connie and Kim. So welcome, guys. And also, I feel that in our Amazon FBA journey, sometimes it's lonely because our friends and family, they probably don't get this whole ecom thing. So that's why I invite you know experts like Yoni, experienced sellers, to really help you surround yourself with other like-minded entrepreneurs. And at the same time, sharing is caring. So if you have a friend or if you know someone that's selling on Amazon, and maybe they're an experienced seller, or maybe they're just thinking about they're getting started, why not invite them to join in? I mean, sharing is caring. Feel free to share this link as we are live for the next 60 minutes for them to join in, to get a flavor of this, and maybe even to ask some questions to weigh in. So I do hope that, as Yoni said, this is a workshop. We can keep this more interactive so you guys can get the most value from it. Because Yoni put a ton of time. He's worked with probably hundreds or even thousands of sellers. Really, he's a student of the game. He's dissecting all the tools they're using, the types of strategies, what's working right now. All right. Yes, and as Connie says, our friends and family, they don't speak Amazon like we do, right? I mean, this is your tribe right here, Connie. So welcome, welcome.
100%. Even after a decade in this industry, my wife has no idea what I do and how I do it. She's like, I can only talk to you guys. So I'm happy to be here. Let's
Yeah,
put it this way.
yeah. So we got the common language. So I feel like we're almost like the family here. So super excited to have you guys. All right. So Yoni, without further ado, I know you have your slide deck ready. So would you like to go ahead and share your screen?
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
All right.
All right, everybody. So thanks again, Gary, for having me on today. Amazon Business Optimization. Let's get started. I guess a little bit more about us. What's GETIDA? Is it GETIDA? Is it GETIDA? It doesn't really matter how you say it. It's just an acronym. It stands for Get Idea, which is Get Intelligent Data Analytics. We can talk more about that later on. That's going to be towards the end of the slides. We're going to kind of explain the idea of auditing, and reimbursements. But we like to consider ourselves a global leader in Amazon FBA auditing and reimbursements, for the single fact that we operate on a global level. So whether you're selling Amazon US, Canada, Mexico, EU, we can help you with our solutions. We are an award-winning company. We won the Gold Award with the American Business Award for our dashboard technology. We do have a team of dedicated claim specialists. A big part of them worked, or they're former employees of Amazon who worked in the reimbursements departments. We track and monitor our recovery rate. It's over 80%. So for every 10 cases that we open for our users, about 8 cases get paid. We also take a lot of pride in hosting a lot of seller events. So thank you so much again for having us in this event, Gary. If you want to find out more events that we're working with, you can just visit getida.com/events. But also we have 2 podcast shows, Telenomics and also Prime Talk. So you can visit getida.com/podcast. And I do recommend you to check out a very, very special episode with a nice gentleman called Gary Huang. So you'll be able to see all the story Gary has to share with how he got into the e-commerce game. Very fascinating. I really enjoyed that episode. And we like to make our solutions affordable for sellers of any size and at any stage, whether you're a newbie or making hundreds of millions of dollars. It's free to join. It's free to stay. Our solution is purely performance based. So only if you get your results, you pay a fee. Okay, that's a little bit about us. Just understand. Of course, you can find this on our website, getida.com, but also on Amazon Sell Essential and the App Store, because we're an authorized solution provider. You can also find this on Amazon SPN. Okay, enough about us. Let's talk about you guys. Okay. This is the overview of the optimization. We could touch about 5-6 things here. So high level, the accounting, HR, which is human resource, logistics, operations, tools, or maybe we could call it also general tools or additional tools, and then auditing. So hopefully these 6 components will help you. We're going to break down each one into two things you can do or should have in mind doing for your business, so you can do it at scale or do it better and optimize your business. So let's start with the first one. Questions so far, Gary? All good? Ready to start?
Let's get started. All good.
You got it. Okay, so accounting. Here's the first point I want to make here. So when I sold online, we quickly grew, and we also started selling, overseas. We started selling in Canada, we sold in Mexico, we sell in the UK, EU. So there's a solution called Avast that helped us basically expand it internationally, especially in Europe. We needed to set up VAT, value-added taxes, and register with all these governments. So to help you selling internationally and set up all the VATs, they greatly helped us. I don't have any affiliate or anything like that. These are just solutions that we have used successfully. They did a good service for us, and it helped us expand. Not only they help you set up with the registration, everything, they can explain everything to you, so it's not overwhelming, it's not confusing. And if it is confusing to you, you tell them, "Can you do it for me?" They'll say, "Sure." Boom! It helps you to expand internationally. So think about it for a second. If you're selling in Amazon US and your products are in English and they're doing pretty well, and you kind of feel you reach your maximum, why not expand it to United Kingdom? It's also in English for the most part, the same culture, same language. Create your listings in Amazon UK. Send your products there. Reach out to a company like Avast. They'll set you up with all the registration, all the compliance stuff, and boom, you expand your market. If you get a 10% bump, 20% bump, 30%, sky's the limit. I highly recommend you consider it and do it. Or if not ready now, maybe a few months or a year or two from now, you'll be ready. But you'll at least know what you need to do to move forward, right? Now, second point here is connect books. I know some of you maybe just getting started, you're micro, you're small, but as you hopefully succeed and grow, you're gonna have to really understand all the numbers, that you're having. If you're making money, not making money, right? Because things can get very hazy very quickly as you scale. So there's a software called Connect Books, which is pretty cool. It's a subscription. It costs a few dollars a month. I'm not sure exactly, but it's a bookkeeping software to integrate your Amazon data to QuickBooks. The overwhelming majority of sellers, including ourselves, when we used to sell, we used QuickBooks to do our bookkeeping, and it was very difficult to be able to transfer all that Amazon data into QuickBooks and make QuickBooks understand everything. It's very tough. So ConnectBook, what it does is translates all the data from Amazon into QuickBooks. So when you open QuickBooks, and it knows exactly what your revenue, what your profit, what your loss, all the breakdown automatically. Boom, just like that. So it's like magic. It's like a connector. So instead of once a month or once every 3 months or even once a year trying to understand your books and your numbers, it's in real time. Real time, you'll know all your numbers. So ConnectBooks is the widget that connects you to QuickBooks, and of course QuickBooks I do recommend. It's a huge company, a huge solution for any business, by the way, but also for e-commerce. So you can just use them. Now, if you want to have humans helping you and stuff like that, there's another company called BooksKeep, and they specialize really specialize in bookkeeping for Amazon sellers. Okay, but word of caution here, they typically only kind of take sellers who do over, I would say 500,000 a year or 1 million. So as you grow at scale, things become a bit more complex, more sophisticated, and you want like really the personal approach. BooksKeep will be a good solution as you reach those dimensions. So here you kind of have the playbook for accounting on a global scale, on a beginner's level, all the way to more professional level and higher level. So a mini roadmap, or like I said earlier, kind of a blueprint. Okay. And the idea and the bottom line of accounting is always know your profit and loss numbers so you can react in real time. If you know daily, if you made profit or lost profit, that is huge. Why? Because if you started to make a lot of profit and you look into the numbers and you see why, you double down. Keep making that profit, right? You can double down in real time instead of doubling down once a quarter, once a year if you check your numbers. But alternatively, if you start losing money and you know in real time, you know exactly why and what's causing the issue, so you can stop the bleeding in real time. It's crucial, right? Think about it. You have to every day have visibility in real time of what's going on with all your revenue or your sales, so you really fingers on the pulse. It's like, think of your business like an airplane. You need to make sure the dashboard always tells you if you have a fuel leak, you have a malfunction, whatever it is, so you never crash the plane. And if anything, it keeps on flying high and you get to a highest altitudes you can get. So that's kind of the high level idea for accounting. Any questions on this so far?
Yeah, this is really good, Yoni. Before I ask a question about accounting, I just wanted to take one step back, like
Mm-hmm.
looking at the big picture in
Mm-hmm.
terms of optimization, like why are we doing this, right? Because I know a lot of sellers, myself included, when I first got started, I was doing everything myself. I was trying to do the bookkeeping, I was doing, all of the customer service, I was doing all the shipping, and this side, the other thing, right? I mean, when similar to what you said, Yoni, you guys started in the eBay days. I mean, who handled your shipping pre-FBA? Who did the
We did.
shipping?
We did.
Yeah,
We were everything. Like you said, we were everything. And we could have stayed everything, but most likely if we would, we burn out very quickly. We'll probably not be able to reach the those dimensions. We'll probably tap at a couple 100,000 a year in revenue, maybe a few million. Then you just
yeah,
choke. If you don't build a team and structure and infrastructure, you're simply not gonna be able to do it. I know that many of you
yeah,
are starting it and you're starting the whole trip and the whole magic. It's cool,
yeah,
and you always have the confidence that I know how to do everything and I should be doing it
yeah,
because I do it the best. You're right. But look at any successful entrepreneur or business organization around you. It's an organization. It's not a micro narration or individualization. Meaning, if you're okay making a living and working around the clock, that's fine. You like that, it's fine. But if you really have the ambition to maintain what you have, but you don't have to be as consumed by it, and you have a good team, so you're having a healthy, balanced life, you can just maintain what you have. Or if you really want to grow and have a good team around you, you'll probably reach beautiful dimensions and levels
yeah.
and really maximize the potential of your brand, your product, everything that's available to you in the e-commerce space.
Exactly, exactly. And think about the beauty of FPA is people like Yoni wouldn't have to package those boxes anymore and drive them to UPS or the postal service because we can outsource all of that to Amazon. So similarly, with the other parts of your business, as Yoni is going through, you can outsource this. You can even automate a lot of this stuff. Like some of the tools, like the accounting tools out there, like ConnectBooks, they integrate like Amazon data into QuickBooks. So imagine like the times, like hours and hours you can save every day. Think about the 80-20 rule, right? What is the 20% that you do that generates like the 80% of the ROI of like your return, right? Think about what is most valuable. That's what you should be spending your personal time on. And you should try to automate and delegate as much as you can the other parts of your business. So that's how you can scale, if that makes sense. So I wanted to just share that big picture, the why before we get into these individual parts. So second thing is accounting. I mean, this is critical. It's that Peter Drucker quote, whatever gets measured gets managed, especially in this day and age with the higher cost, the higher shipping costs, the longer delays, the higher PPC costs. You've got to know your bottom line. You got to know your P&L, your profitability, right? So if you don't know that, you're in the dark, right? So definitely take advantage of these tools that Yoni is sharing with you. All right. So that's just a quick side that I wanted to share with you, Yoni. So let's keep going. This is good. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And then also quick shout out to Pachi from Sydney, Australia. Good day. And also Gord from Vancouver, Canada. And Kim also says, quick ConnectBooks it is for the P&L statement. Yes, you're very welcome, Kim. All right, let's keep going, Yoni.
You got it. Okay, HR, human resource. Okay, we kind of discussed it a bit earlier, but you're gonna have to find the ability to expand your team. And there's the immediate aspect of expanding your team is hiring locally. Having an office, all that good stuff. Good. If you do it, and you have a knack for it, all good. Of course, there's other alternatives out there. We could do things virtually. Of course, you can hire people full time remotely by just posting a job offering or job description at the Monster or ZipRecruiter, all these platforms. Everybody knows that, I would assume at this point. I'm going to touch a few elements beyond, right? And especially in our e-commerce industry. So first option here is Multiply Me. Okay, and Multiply Me, it's basically an agency that you'll be able to get a VA, a virtual assistant, but they're high level. They're very highly trained. They're high level, and they're dedicated for e-commerce and business needs. Okay, and they'll cost you, don't quote me by the number, but it's over $15 an hour for these VAs. But they're highly trained. They can be very highly trained on PPC or listing optimization or content creation, all these things. Their English is very good, very high level, so it's turnkey to get talent that is high level. So think about it, if you were getting somebody here in the United States, but instead of paying them 50,000-60,000 a year or beyond, you're paying them like $15-$60 $16 an hour. And so that's kind of the element here with Multiply Me. So you're getting high level, high grade VAs that are located globally. But so if you were to source the same type of talent here domestically, it will cost you an arm and a leg, or it probably won't be even affordable. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, right. And Yoni, can I ask, with Multiply Me, if I understand correctly, the other Yoni at Multiply Me shared that it's kind of like you're hiring like an executive, not like an admin person. You're hiring like a CFO or like a marketing director.
Yeah, stuff
from
you
the
probably could not
Philippines.
afford here domestically. It will cost you
Exactly.
80,000, 100,000, 200,000, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Super affordably. They're highly high level talent, highly
Right. Right.
trained executive.
So like C-level people, not like more entry mid-level. I think
Yes.
that's the difference between Multiply Me and the others
Exactly. The
listed
next
here,
one
right?
up is the
Okay.
Virtual Assistant Academy, or VAA. This is affordable, more the entry level. They're still trained to e-commerce stuff like that, but more entry level. You're probably gonna have to customize them a little bit. They train them a little bit just to make sure you calibrate them, as opposed to Multiply Me, where they're gonna be turnkey, or if anything, they're gonna push you up. They're gonna take you to the next step because they have experience that you haven't seen before. So they're gonna bridge all these gaps. That's kind of the nuance I want to make between these two agencies. Once again, affordable talent for e-commerce and business needs. Typically, you find there and $5 an hour, $6 an hour, $7. It depends on experience and the field and the category of help that you need. So these are two solutions out there, highly calibrated towards e-commerce and Amazon in particular. Keep that in mind. Okay. Then you have the bundle of these three. So Fiverr, obviously, most of you probably heard of it. It's just a huge marketplace where you can find freelancers for almost anything you can dream of. It could be video editing, sound editing, teach you mathematics, like anything. But of course, also a general outsourcing platform for freelancers. You can use them for video editing, picture editing, copyright, all that stuff. So it's huge data, huge marketplace. FreeUp is an e-commerce outsourcing platform for freelancers, meaning the freelancers are really geared towards e-commerce. It could be Amazon, but it could also be Shopify and other things like that. It could be BigCommerce, it could be Walmart. So it's a bit more variety there, more highly geared over e-commerce. And then you have Upwork, which is kind of like Fiverr, but it's a general outsourcing platform for freelancers. But it's geared more, I would say, towards software development. If you want to make a little widget or a scraper or some sort of a program, some basic stuff, or even something more heavy duty, you should be able to go to Upwork and do that. Let me share you a little secret. I don't think I ever mentioned this to anybody, so it's a little not a scoop, but it's a secret from the past. So Gary, like a decade ago, we went to Upwork and because we wanted to get some software developer. You know what we did? I'll tell you. So we did we developed a software where we was able to find a product on Amazon. It's probably what the job shippers do today. You know how the job shippers do it? You find a product on Amazon. Let's say the product is selling for $80, but we're able to find it on eBay, specifically on eBay for like $20. So we're able to see, okay, let's buy the stuff on eBay and sell on Amazon. Boom, made that arbitrage. So for a few weeks, a few months, we created that software. When we did that, we made some nice money. It was a good ROI. We invested a few $1,000s in the software and creating it, and we probably made a few tens of $1,000s of profit over time. But then we just had bigger things to do, so we kind of detached from that model. We just bought in bulk, like a lot, and do other bigger things. But Upwork was the platform that we used to kind of find that programmer to create something kind of basic. Find these price gaps between eBay and Amazon. Today, you have other platforms that just specialize in that. These drop shipping platforms is playing for all these arbitrage, and it's probably much wider. You can find stuff from Walmart or Best Buy that's being sold and cheaper than Amazon, and do that gap. So that's that. So bottom line, right? Get the best talent money can find. Hire and invest in people who are smarter than you. Okay, I know you can do everything, but especially if you're going to be able to over time put people in positions of things they can do for you and they can do much better than you're just going to grow. There's no other way. If you hire somebody that does better content writing than you, much more experience than you, and they're cheap, they cost you $6, $7, $15, and whatever it is, and they can do great work, you should let them do it because your time is the most valuable. You have it's called ROT, return of time. Your time should be you should have a good return on it. So when the efforts you put into something should be the most impactful for your organization. So of course, if there's a lot of repetitive things of copy paste things you shouldn't be doing, you get a VA for $5 6. Let them do it. Let them do it. Load them up. So and they'll probably you'll find ways to do it even better than you. The copy pasting and stuff like that, even macros. So once again, the bottom line is create an organization of people and roles they can probably do better. It's the same as you, even better. But if you do that, and over time, you'll see that you can be able to accomplish more, achieve more, create more input, which will create more output, and you're just gonna be in a different game. It's gonna be a different ball game, and you're gonna get a lot of satisfaction because you are like you're it's like a team, like building a sports team, and you're the coach and everything. You scout them, you find them, you put a goalie, you put a defender, you put a midfield, you put a scorer. That's all you. It's your team, right? So if you're successful, you score these goals and score all these points, and you do really good in the league. The league is e-commerce sellers. You make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, right? That's the league. That's your points. You're gonna take a lot of pride into that, and you're gonna build a culture around your organization, and then everything will have much deeper meanings. You're gonna have employees who get married, or who have kids, or some of them might be old enough to have grandkids, things of that nature. I have experienced that over the years. My employees got married, they bought houses. It's just beautiful, beautiful things that there's much of it to be proud of. So that's as it comes for human resources. Gary, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, this is great. And we had a pre-submitted question. When is the right time to start hiring additional employees or virtual assistants?
So it depends on a few things. First thing, depends on budget, right? If you have free cash flow or money you're willing to invest and try out, you can do it. The earlier the better. That's one thing. Second thing, it could be even if you don't have some of the cash flow, but you see that you're burning yourself out, you're getting tired, you can't do it anymore. A lot of things are really, really repetitive that even I don't want to be offensive to them, but even a monkey could do it. You should probably find help. So you shouldn't be that monkey. You find those people who can really do the labor intensive, which intense things that are pretty repetitive. You find them for a good price, $5 6 an hour. So you work for you 10 hours a day. It's 50 $60, right? And they work for you full time. They're super happy because they're getting a job, and you can really do the things that move the needle, the sourcing, the product launching, the PPC, things of that nature, where they can get more impact. So it depends on a few variables, but each one has its own dynamics and it's their own story. But high level depends on budget. If you already have it, start trying out building a team around you so you're ready for scale. And if you don't have that much, but you're already kind of you're spread too thin and you can't work anymore, you're just gonna have to do it. If not, the other option is just closing down the business, right? So these are the two elements I can spot right away.
Excellent. Let's keep going, Yoni.
hmm Okay, guys, logistics. Okay, logistics is a big part of the name as well, especially today with all the global, supply disruption, everything like that. But let's get to it. Okay, one solution, a logistics provider here in the United States. They have multiple locations. They have East Coast, Mid Coast, or Midwest, and West Coast. It's called AJ Worldwide. What you should be able to do with AJ Worldwide is you can store inventory. You can send products to FBA from there. You can also do FBA and fulfill by merchant. So a big name of the game right now for a lot of players is because it's very hard to source products consistently and on time. So let's say you used to get on time, inventory every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days from China, but you can't. You can buy, 90 days or half a year or even a year supply of your products. You ship it in bulk from China. You don't want to send it all to FBA a year supply. You want to send in maybe 2 weeks supply, 3 weeks supply to FBA or top 30 days because it's very expensive to store it there. And we have all these inventory price performance indexes limitations. So what you do is send it in bulk to the United States. You find a 3PL that will store it for you very, very cheaply. Okay, and then they will drip in to FBA, so it's always on time. You always keep that flow, but just in case, you can always put an FBM. So if for whatever reason there's disruption, FBA is not available, boom, your product is still selling. You're getting orders through FBM, fulfilled by merchant, and they ship it to the consumers. Okay, so AJ Worldwide is one solution you can use. Another one is Deliver, which just recently got bought by Shopify. I think with the past week or two, they bought them for like over $2 billion. Once again, you can store your inventory there. Yeah, they can ship it FBM. They can ship it to the consumer. That's kind of the main difference. They don't ship to FBA. You ship it to them, and then as your order is coming from Amazon, or if you do multi-channel from your website or Walmart or eBay, they can send it out. Okay. Same thing with AJ Worldwide. They can also send to any place, but so and including FBA. But Deliver will not send it to FBA. That's a few elements I want to kind of separate so you guys understand. Okay, that's on kind of storing and fulfillment. Now, there's another solution out there called or service called First Choice Shipping. They're really good with imports and exports, especially if you need to ship it via air. If you want to get your products quickly, let's say you're selling jewelry, so you need to get a container. One big box can be worth 100,000, or you can ship it in air, right? Because your price point is good enough in jewelry. So you can use a company like First Choice Shipping. We could do import export. I know that First Choice Shipping is officially partnered with Amazon. So when Amazon offers out import export by air, it actually offers out First Choice Shipping. So they're very, very reliable, and we use them when we expanded into UK and stuff like that. When we could ship it air, we used to ship it with First Choice Shipping. It was great. They have the platform. You log in, the software. You create the shipment. It does all the import stuff, and registration stuff. So you just buy it, and it's just really, really helpful. Okay, so that's First Choice Ship.
Yoni,
Yeah.
yeah, Yoni, can I ask about first choice shipping, shipping by air? Do they have their own planes that they ship, or do they, go through FedEx, DHL, etc.?
I think they use the charters. They don't own their own airplanes. So for the most part, I would
Okay.
say First Choice Shipping is a software company. Their software is really smart, so they're able to behind the scenes streamline all the air logistics behind the airline or the air company or whatever it is. So you buy it
Hmm.
and everything kind of streamlined until the final destination is very, very smooth. And of course, they have
Hmm.
really good support customer support team.
All right. Sounds good. Let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Plus, yeah, what's also cool in their system is that when you create the shipment on Amazon, their software connects into it, so it knows exactly. They have all Amazon's fulfillment centers. They have it in their software, so it knows every center. So you say I need to ship this product into this fulfillment center in UK or Germany. It's all there in the system, which is pretty
Nice.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes it
Okay.
really easy. Very Amazon native. Okay, Rosenthal Logistics, same thing like Unicargo. They both kind of do the same thing. So I'm gonna try to bundle them together here. Global logistics from factory until the final destination. You have the Chinese factory until you want it in Kentucky. Everything. It could be the container shipping, the bill of lading, everything across the board from A to Z. With transparency, they can keep you updated everything what's going on, and their prices are very competitive. They really compete for prices and try to do it from A to Z. More on the container load kind of approach. That's Rosenthal Logistics and Unicargo. I know they will also work with a lot of the large aggregators who do real scale and volume on Amazon. Okay, Shipstation. Shipstation is a software where it helps to streamline orders from e-commerce marketplaces across the board into one place. So we used to use it because we used to also do multi-channel. So we used to go every day to in the morning to Shipstation, and all the orders that came into our warehouse through everywhere, from Amazon, from eBay, from Walmart, from Shopify, it all streamlined to Shipstation. And then all we have to do is, we print the label in bulk. Because let's say this is my product. I sold 200 units of this product in 7 different marketplaces. Instead of like looking at each marketplace, it all streamlines to one location. I just print the label for all of them. It's all the same labels because it's all the same product and the same packaging. And I label it with the shipping label, and boom, I ship it out. Helps a lot, a lot, a lot. Really, it's a great software. I'm a big fan actually. So that's that. That's in case if you're doing FBM, fulfillment merchant, or any warehouse dealing, or even if you have a garage, you ship from your garage. It just helps to streamline it. Okay, Swan Fulfillment, in a way, it's very similar to AJ Worldwide. You should be able to store inventory there, send it to FBA and FBM. They're very, very flexible and dynamic. Tactical Logistics also is very similar to Unicargo and Rosenthal Logistics. It's from A to Z, from the factory all the way to where you need it. But also they have the capabilities of AJ Worldwide and Swan Logistics, meaning they actually own fulfillment centers in the United States. So not only they can take care of you from the factory to FBA, they can also take you from the factory to the warehouse in the United States, but they actually own the warehouses in the United States. Okay, that's kind of a unique thing, the proposition that they have. So they always have their products in their hand. They don't have to contract with another 3PL. So they're a bit more hands-on than other ones, and they have really good service. So that's kind of the logistics side of things. So the bottom line, be ready to expand your product distribution at any given time. Powerful logistics is a key for scale. Because think about it really deep, right? You have a brand, you have a product, and your mission is, of course, Amazon, selling on Amazon is great, but that's not your mission. Your mission is to sell products to the world through e-commerce, right? So Amazon is a great channel, Amazon US, but guess what? Also Amazon Canada and Mexico and UK and EU. Just that's just Amazon world. Of course, you have the eBay, the Walmart, your own website, and that is kind of your duty for your brand, for your products. You want the world to enjoy it and to make business and make revenue, and that's when you have a really good business. But the way to really facilitate it on a massive global scale is having good logistics providers, because you don't want to own container companies, you don't want to own cargo ships, you don't want to own huge fulfillment, so you don't. So you're gonna have to go through logistics partners, and that's why it's key to have a good one so you can expand rapidly, reliably. Even if they might charge you a bit more than others, they're reliable. That's a key thing, because it's enough that somebody loses a shipment or is late on shipment one time for you, it can destroy your listings, your ranks, everything like that. So you want to make sure it's reliable and you can do it very, very rapidly when you're ready to expand. Okay, questions on
Excellent.
logistics?
Yes. Can you go back to the previous slide, Yoni, please? Yes. I feel that now logistics is more and more important than ever because of the rising shipping costs, the storage costs, and the lead time and the delays that could potentially slow down your business, and and it can cause you to go out of stock and stay out of stock for a long time if you don't plan this correctly. One of the key players right now is a 3PL, or a third party logistics company. Yoni, can you enlighten me? Which one of these are 3PLs that you might consider if you're a seller?
So 3PL companies inside the United States that can help you with sending to FBA and also doing FBM.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Okay, AJ Worldwide,
Okay, AJ
Swan,
Worldwide. Okay.
yeah, Swan Fulfillment, and
Hmm.
Tactical Logistics. These three.
Perfect. All right. So if you guys are looking for a 3PL, definitely consider these. And then I like how Yoni gave us three options, because there's this Chinese saying, Chinese are very, savvy negotiators. They're negotiating all the time, right? If you want to buy something, you got to shop around. You got to go to at least three shops. This way, you know what's a good price, what's too much, what, quality. You can shop around. So literally, Yoni already gave you three options that you can do your homework with, right? So I love that. So definitely take advantage of this, guys. Logistics is really important. Just for the interest of time, let's just keep going, and if we have more
Yeah, I
time at
just
the end, I'll
want to touch
circle
one more
back.
thing here. I saw that
Yeah,
I skipped this little point here. There's a
yeah.
company called Chapor USA for reverse logistics. So if you're using FBA and you have unfulfillable inventory, there's a company called Chapor USA that can deal with reverse logistics, because when you have unfulfillable FBA inventory, you have three options. One option, Amazon disposes it, in the story. Second option, Amazon can liquidate it. Okay. Third option, you can do a removal order. If you want to do a removal order and you can send your products to Chipper USA, they're going to inspect your products. And if your products are just as good as new and you can actually send them back to FBA, they'll do it for you. So you'll be able to sell it and cash it out. But if it's not good for FBA anymore, they'll liquidate it either online or local markets or flea markets, and they're going to do a
Yeah.
revenue share with them. So they'll split the gains with you.
Mm,
So this way, you're not it's not a zero sum game. You can actually have some earnings from your unfulfillable inventory. So that's
right.
on the reverse logistics. Okay.
Yeah. And sorry, one other thing that just occurred to me, because a lot of people are asking questions about reducing shipping and manufacturing costs. One of the best ways to reduce your shipping costs is to negotiate. And then I was talking to an 8-figure Amazon seller, and this is exactly what he does. He literally negotiates freight forwarder A, their price, they jacked up their price. And let's say he's been using them for years, they jacked up their price. So you go to freight forwarder B and you get a new quote. If it's lower, then you can use that as leverage to negotiate against freight forwarder A, right? So if you don't have a second option, you have no leverage, right? I mean, what can you do? Are you going to walk away? You don't have like a backup. So that's a super important tip I like to share
Yeah,
to
but
you
make
guys
sure
too.
that all the
Yeah.
ones you're checking, you make sure that they're reputable. They're reliable,
Yes.
reputable, they have a good reputation, because you can
Yes.
find dirt cheap, but you're gonna have so many other issues, so other issues later because you have no idea who they are, no credentials, and then you guys are
Yeah.
gonna cost you heavily. So keep in mind they came recommended from a friend who used them for a while, have a track record, they have a reputation. Reputation means something to lose. So hopefully whatever
Yeah.
they promise you in terms of quotes, they're gonna deliver on that promise.
Yes, yes. And don't go too cheap. I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean that's like a rabbit hole we can dive into talking about that for 1 hour, right?
right.
But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. Connie had a question. I have a manufacturer that I love. How do I know if I could be saving money? Any thoughts on that, Yoni, or do you want me to tackle this?
That's you. That's all you.
Okay, Connie, my first question is, do you have a backup supplier? Like initially when you were doing your sourcing, I always recommend people contact, like 20 suppliers, have a long list, shortlist them. If you have a backup supplier, same principle, use comparison, right? Ask the backup supplier for a quote for the product and see what they quote you. And then if they give you a lower quote, then you can use that as leverage. Okay. So just a quick tip. Hopefully that helps, Connie. All
There
right,
we
let's
go.
keep going, Yoni.
I just learned something new. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys, operations. Now, this is kind of general operation stuff, so bear with me. Okay, LegalZoom. This is a platform that helps you register a new business, a company, a trademark, copyright, patent, and more. It's just a website. It's like a platform, so it helps you make it low cost and turnkey through software, right? Um, but if you want to get more serious than that and get actual law firm, you have Kabili and Co. It's a law office, highly specialized in Amazon. And e-commerce helps registering a new company, trademark, copyright, patent, everything. So if you want to talk to a machine, you can lose LegalZoom. If you want to talk to humans, you can reach out to Kabili and Co. Small fact here or fun fact for Kabili and Co. They actually did the trademark for Waze. You know Waze, the navigation application. So they did the trademark for Wage, just as a small notice here. Okay, two platforms for operations. If you want to make up your own e-commerce website and sell your brand on the website, you have BigCommerce and Shopify, kind of both the same thing. You can set an online storefront, has many plugin integrations. So this is when you have your brand, you want to sell on your own, yourbrand.com. You have a nice template on Shopify. It's all designed, all everything beautiful, and makes it turnkey, very affordable. So okay. And now you have also a platform called Spot, helps you securing insurance policy for selling on Amazon. Amazon has started requiring Amazon sellers to have an insurance policy for their products, or liability insurance and stuff like that. So Spot helps you turnkey find a good policy and turnkey and get the coverage very as soon as possible. Okay, DigitalOcean, guys. DigitalOcean is a platform or service that helps you set up a PC or a remote computer or a virtual machine. Okay, with great security features, so it's how to hack it and stuff like that. And why is this important? Having all these remote machines. Because it's hard to penetrate them. So let's say you can take your laptop, right? And let's say you're a digital nomad, you want to work anywhere in the world. So instead of having all your Amazon data, all your business data on your laptop, so if it gets stolen or hacked, you're in trouble, right? Everybody can see what you're doing. Instead of that, any laptop that you use, you can log into this virtual machine remotely, and all your business, everything is just there. So you can always reach that to that computer from everywhere, and it's very hard to crack it. Very hard. It's very well encrypted and has its own separate IP. And of course, if you have multiple accounts, even if you own them and Amazon knows that you own them, it's all good. You want to probably have them on different machines and different IPs so they never cross together. So you never have a related account issue with Amazon. Okay. So I know a lot of the aggregators use them. A lot of agencies use these virtual machines remotely. They cost a few dollars a month. It's really cool. This way you can operate very very safely on your business, and you can use any computer in the world to use it to log into a virtual or remote computer, and then in that computer you have all your business functions there. Okay, your Amazon Seller Central account, your login credentials, everything like that in that computer. So keep that in mind. GoDaddy, okay? If you need to buy, if you have your own brand, you need a website, you can have yourbrand.com. You buy it on GoDaddy, it hosts your domain. And once you have your domain, when you bought it, you own it, you can plug into Shopify or BigCommerce to set up your storefront. Okay? Mirage ID kind of does the same thing as DigitalOcean, helps setting up a remote PC with great security features. Also, really good, and also so DigitalOcean is a public company, Mirage ID is a private company. But Mirage ID works a lot with the government. They work with the FBI, CIA. They also use similar features where they use remote machines, which are very highly encrypted and very, very safe. Okay, more here down, more along here. So Restock Pro. Restock Pro helps Amazon resellers, not private label sellers, resellers with inventory optimization and replenishment. So it takes all the data from the marketplace and says, you know what, you should probably order another 50 units, 300 units, whatever it is for the ASIN that you're selling. So it's really good with calculating all the velocities, so you don't overpurchase and stuff like that. Keep in mind when you are reselling, you typically buying domestically. You're not going to buy from the factory in China and stuff like that. You're mostly going to buy from distributors or brokers domestically. So they always have inventory that you can kind of order from them. So it helps you with that. Um, that's Restock Pro. I'm gonna jump for a second to SoStock. SoStock does the same thing, but for private label sellers. Okay, it helps you to optimize your inventory. So you order from China, the units and the ASINs, it's all good. Restock Pro will tell you, okay, for your next batch, you should probably order 3,000 units or 300,000, depends. So it's able to kind of do all the calculations and analytics for you to help you kind of streamline your inventory management so you don't over purchase or you don't under purchase, which is really crucial. Now I'm going to go back here to Seller Cloud. Seller Cloud helps you when for multi-channel selling. So let's say you are a multi-channel seller, you sell on Amazon, on Shopify, on Walmart, and eBay. It all the listings you can operate from there. You want to update a listing, you could do it from Seller Cloud. You want to update your quantity information, you could do it from Seller Cloud. You have a purchase order to your factories, you can put it all streamlined in one place. Okay, it's called Seller Cloud. Text Me app. Text Me app, on your phone instead of having people calling, for customer support or Seller Central to your regular phone. You can get this app. It costs, I think, $20 a year to have a virtual business phone number, so you're able to get calls and also text. Okay, and especially, of course, if you have multiple Amazon accounts, once again, if because you have multiple brands, which is okay, it's allowed. You want to have a different phone number for each one. So you're gonna have one phone device. You're gonna have the Text Me app, and you're gonna be able to buy. Let's say you have 5 Amazon brands and 5 Amazon Seller Essentials. You're able to buy 5 virtual phone numbers, $20 each. It's gonna cost you $100 for the year, and you'll be able to get calls different for each one of them, and also do text messages and stuff like that. So it's a fun app, really flexible, really easy to use, and very cheap. So yeah, that's on the operations side. There's a few more. WordPress, okay. If you want to, much like Shopify, WordPress, you can host your website. You can, but it's much more robust. You can do much more things, especially if you want to host content, blog articles, and videos, stuff like that. WordPress is really, really good for that. So if you want to, if your strategy is to have a website which has a lot of content in it, which help drive traffic to your website, but in return also be able to sell your products there, WordPress is probably the better option for you to consider. Zoom, I love Zoom. I use it like every day, literally. Really good for webinars. I have it as a phone also, by the way, so I get phone calls in it. I use it for podcasting. I use it for instruction videos. I record videos for my team, or just for general meetings. Super app for me. For me, Zoom. I just live on Zoom, honestly. But just like we have Zoom, we also have Loom. Loom is a software that helps you record explanation videos. The difference between Loom videos and Zoom videos, Loom is you have this like I know also you, Gary, like to use Loom every time we kind of do things. You send me a nice Loom video. I appreciate those. So it's nice because you have it's like a circle where you have your head there. You can move it around the screen. So if it's blocking anything, you can move it around. That's something you can do on Loom. You cannot do on Zoom. I hope I'm not confusing anybody, but Loom is just more dedicated towards making videos. Okay, Hiver. Hiver is a cool because we have a large organization. We have Right now, just for example, for GETIDA, we have 120 plus people in our organization, 6 countries. We get all these emails coming in from all the time. So what's cool about Hyper, you're able to tag emails, your team members. So you get an email, it's not for me, it's for my team member. You can tag him. Okay, so you can tag inbound emails to team members and manage email workflow at scale. So we can tag the person, say, hey, I think you should do this and that. Boom, they go to the inbox, they see on the left side, oh, these are, everybody tagged. I'm tagged on these. You go in, and you can see the notes and everything, and it's inside your we use it inside our G Suite or our Google or our Gmail. So we go in, it's just an add-on tool, so it's really cool to manage the flow of emails. Slack helps with internal and external or organizational communications, text, call, videos, notifications, and more. What's cool about Slack is when you have a organization going on, it really democratizes the ability to communicate between top to bottom. So if I have a brand new employee, they want to recommend something, say something, just boom, they shoot me on Slack, our CEO, anybody. It just flats the whole industry, the whole organization in a very nice way where you can send a message. Because when I get a message on Slack, I check it. My inbox is fully loaded. It's crazy. It's a world war in my inbox. But Slack, I'm able to keep track, right? So it helps really to keep that intimacy going inside the organization as well. Uline, if you have a warehouse in the United States, even if you're shipping from your garage, you can buy warehouse and office supplies there. I used to buy cardboard boxes. I used to buy manual forklift, bubble wrap, everything on Uline. Really huge selection, really good website. They usually ships anywhere. They really usually ship anywhere around the United States within a day or two. So if I need supplies, they have it in stock. Within a day or two, you get it. It's really good. WeChat, you can probably tell more, than me about this, Gary. But WeChat is a communication tool that helps with doing business with China, your suppliers, stuff like that. It's a super app. You can process payment. You can just talk to them. It's really critical if you're working with China and overseas. Wix, okay, much like Shopify and WordPress, it's you can host your own website, you can create content, e-commerce sales, and more. The thing with Wix, what they're really known for is drag and drop. You can just drag features on a page and it creates it for you. You don't have to code anything. You have to know anything special. It's a bit more for dummies, or it makes it a bit easier. Shopify, you have template. You can just choose a template. Everything's made up for you. With this, you can design a bit more with drag and drop. It's called. Okay, screenshot monitor. Okay, tracks and records the monitors of employees and ensures productivity and reduces time employee inefficiencies. So let's say you have a group, one VA or a group of VAs, for example. You set them up on screenshot monitor. It just monitors what they're doing. So um, if it sees that the computer or the mouse doesn't have movement for a long time, they probably went somewhere. So it can alert them. It can alert you. If anytime they did anything wrong, they uploaded the wrong file, this and that, it's recorded. So you can always go back and see what they did. And this way, your employees, not that you're trying to spy, just for quality assurance. On a large scale, you have it with your team members, and they know they're kind of, it's very transparent. Everything they do, it's recorded. There's nothing for them to hide. They're professional. They should come in, do the job well, and move on. So it helps you to do it at scale. It's called Screenshot Monitor. Okay, AZ Seller Kit. AZ Seller Kit is a special pricing or repricing software for private label sellers that helps you maximize profitability. I'll give you a small example. You're a private label seller. Your competition sells it for $20. You think you should sell for $20, but this software might tell you, you know what, your actual optimal price is not $20. It could be $27.99 because this and that. So you change your price to $27.99. All of a sudden, instead of getting less sales, you're getting more sales. You get more profit, stuff like that. It's called price elasticity. Sometimes you find that selling for more will get you more. Sometimes selling for a bit cheaper will get you cheaper. You need to find those sweet spots. So there's repricing software for private label sellers. AZ Seller Kit is one of them. On the flip side, if you're a reseller, you can use Seller Snap. It's a repricing software for resellers that helps you maximize profitability because it's a penny war. Typically with the reselling, you're fighting for the buy box. So it helps you optimize to get the buy box. Sometimes you need to be a penny cheaper. Sometimes you need to be the same price. Sometimes you can even be a bit more expensive than the next guy up, but you're still gonna have the buy box because you have better ranking, you have better reviews and stuff like that. So you want a good software company to help you with repricing that. So in short, bottom line, there are many operational functions. Keep on mastering and upgrading them over time. All these tools, all these engagements over time, you have to be able to adapt to them, integrate them, use them to keep doing things at scale. Questions on operations.
Yes, Yoni, this is really good. Can you go back one slide? I just want to offer three quick tips for you guys.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
number one, Loom is really good if you have a remote team. If you have VAs, I use Loom all the time if I want to explain something that's like I don't want to type paragraphs of text, you can record like a quick 1 minute Loom video, and I find my team members really appreciate it. And even to your contacts or your friends like Yoni, sometimes I'm just sending him a quick update. It's more personal than just like an email or a chat message. That's number one. Number two, WeChat. If you're sourcing from China, WeChat is super powerful for like a quick rapid fire, text exchange. If you want to share like pictures of your product, or even shoot a video, or even ask the factory to shoot a video, like a walkthrough of the factory, they can do stuff like that. And everybody and their mom and their grandma is on WeChat in China. It's the most number one popular app on in China today. So definitely get that. And yeah, AZ Seller Kit, we had Jason on our last summit. Really good for pricing your price higher so you can get more profits, but doing it in a very systematic, automated way. You're not guessing; it'll automatically adjust the price for you. So I think that could increase your profitability. All right, good stuff. Let's keep going.
You guys, I'm checking how many slides we got. Yeah, just a few more slides and we're good to go. Okay,
Yep.
tools. This is rapid fire. We got about 11 minutes, guys. Everybody has a hard stop. So, Buffer. Okay, Buffer and Sprout Social, kind of the same thing. You can schedule social media posts across the channels and your Instagram, all that stuff. Instead of every day coming and posting, you can schedule the whole year if you wanted. So this day you're gonna create the post and you just scale it. So you just schedule it. So it's amazing. You just schedule all your posting in advance, and boom, you got the whole year covered up in social media posts. Imagine that, right? So you can use these kind of softwares. Feedback 5, it helps send customer review requests on Amazon for the storefront, not for the product. Meaning Amazon still allows you to send out an email after the purchase, ask for a review for your store. If you have a good experience, leave it. It's not for the product. So at least you build your store reviews and get a better ranking within Amazon like that. Ahrefs. If you have your own website and you care about SEO, helps you to compare your SEO, your website SEO with other website and optimize it. So you see the gap and difference between you and your competitors in terms of SEO. It helps you kind of map it out. If it's too sophisticated for you, don't worry. Don't even mention it. Don't worry about it. If you are into this game, check out Ahrefs. Flues. This is a cashback app that helps resellers make better margins. So let's say you're a flipper. You would like to flip Adidas, right? And you always go to Adidas stores. You find it on sale and then you flip it on Amazon. But with Flues, what you can do is you go to the Flues and buy $100 Adidas gift card for $95. So you save another 5%, for example. So use that $95 gift card, which is actually worth $100, and you buy your products on the Adidas store and you flip it. So it's a cashback app. Plus, you make points from your credit card. So even though you buy a gift card for $95, you're still going to get 1 or 2% back from your credit card. So all these cashback rewards really helps these resellers get better margins and you make more cash. Bitly, if you have a nasty long URL at any given time, you just use Bitly to make it shorter. It will say bit.ly and then you'll be a slash, and you may be able to make something much more shorter and much nice. Plus, what's nice about it, it's free and it gives you the ability to check later how many people clicked your link. Okay, so it monitors the clicks. Canva, that's what the software I'm using as we speak. I'm using it right now. It's like a really great tool for design visuals such as posts, slides like this one, ads, videos, and more. Super cheap, costs I don't even know, it's like I don't know, $10, $20 a month, and it gives you a huge library of pre-made visuals and templates and videos. It's really great. I can't even stress how great it is. Of course, Excel. You should all be using Excel, but if you're using Excel, pay attention to the VLOOKUP functions and pivot tables and macros. Okay, when you use Excel, these type of functions in Excel are really good to compare between us sheets and manipulate them and analyze data. Excel and Google Sheets, you can use Excel or Google Sheet, but they kind of have the same key functions, which are critical for scaling, working on data on a massive scale. Okay, so make sure if you never heard of Excel, that's a problem. You should learn here Excel. You probably already did, but inside Excel, you should look up of YouTube videos how to do VLOOKUPs, pivot tables, and macros to expedite, especially repetitive stuff that you're doing. If you use these kind of functions, it helps you scale up like it's amazing. Okay, GIMP. GIMP is a free software, open source for graphic design. So it's basically to collect the free version of Adobe. What's it called? Adobe. Help me with that word. Photoshop.
Photoshop.
There we go. It's like the free version, open source of Photoshop, free. So GIMP. It's a gift for you guys. Enjoy. Google Worksheet, G Suite. I said, we use it. You can set up email inbox with your website domain. You can manage all the email users and one more because we have a big organization. So we have G Suite. So we have a new team member. They'll have a new team member at GETIDA.com, for example, and then we're able to activate, deactivate. So it helps you streamline the whole workspace. Okay, Grammarly, cannot live without it. It's it's an extension that I have on my Chrome. It's a correction. And it helps me with spelling and grammar. I wasn't born in the United States. I was born in Israel. My English is fairly well, but Grammarly saves me daily, okay, all the time. So I love it. It's free. Helium 10, probably I don't have to say too much, but most of you, if not all of you, already know. It's really good for market research, advertising, SEO management, especially in the Amazon domain and world. They also have features that they rolled out recently to Walmart. It's a great tool, a great power set of tools. Hotjar, okay, this is a cool tool that records every single website visitor. Okay, basically you see the user experience. So anybody ever visit your website, you see where they're clicking, how they're clicking, so you really are able to record their experience. Super cool. Joe Lister, really cool tool to create listings on eBay, especially from Amazon. So it connects your Amazon to eBay, and you can one click and you list your products from Amazon into eBay. Okay, it's really cool. I used to use it. And not only that, if you want Amazon to fulfill your orders, as the orders come in from eBay, Joe Lister tells Amazon FBA to ship it out to the consumer. It updates the tracking and it's hands off. You can scale into eBay and automate all the fulfillment through Joe Lister. Listing Mirror does the same thing, but it does it on eBay, but it also does it on Walmart and other channels. Okay, so it's more like a multi-channel thing for automatic listing and also inventory management. Okay, Pigfu, it's really good to do A/B testing on your product images and videos and more. They have a huge user base that tells you right away which image or video you should use. Feedback Wiz, ask for reviews, but also great to access a good financial seller data analytics, especially profit and loss stuff like that. It's a pretty affordable tool to get feedbacks, but also general analytics on your Amazon account. Scam Power Box T. It's when you ship to FBA at scale and minimum mistakes. So it costs about $24 a month. As you or your factory ships that product to and boxes makes boxes and pallets into FBA, it tells you you can scan each unit, and if you really want to ship 10,000 units, it tells you for exactly how many units you're about to ship. So let's say you want to ship 10,000 units, but instead it's only 9,000. You'll see on the software right away what's your score, how much are you actually shipping out. So you don't have to think too much. You just scan every unit, and we'll tell you in real time what's going on and how many units you exactly shipped out. Smart Count. It's this cool new software rolled out in the past year. You can get an extra vision on what Amazon sellers are doing on the marketplace, their categories, how many units is sold, where their location is, and more. Super cool. You should check it out if you want to really get insights on what your competitors are doing, or the market is having, or the market is doing in general. Trello, it's a ticketing system that helps streamline teamwork at scale. You open a ticketing system for your PPC team or your marketing team or your advertising team. So you have all these digital boards, and you have all these tickets. So you always could come in. People can tag each other. You can create deadlines and stuff like that. Really affordable, really good. You can do that at scale. Zendesk, it's a chat or ticketing support platform, good for website use. If you have a website and you want to do a chat support, you can just use Zendesk. ManyChat, it's an FBA Messenger chatbot. So if you have a Facebook page and people come in and they want to engage, it's like a chatbot. You can automate the responses saying hello, how are you? What would you like to learn? All that kind of stuff. You create all these flows. Seller Tools, it's a competition research, managing keywords, manage listings, and more. Okay, Calendly, I love it. Have people book calls, meetings at your calendar with no hassle. You need to get a secretary or anything like that. I give them the link. They schedule the best time that's for them, schedule the best time that's for me, and boom, you could have meetings at scale with factories, co-workers, employees. It's really great. And I feed it into my Google Calendar. Okay, all my schedule is in Google Calendar. I get notifications to my email, my phone, my Slack, so I always know what's going on. If there's a meeting coming up, I get notified right away. I live on my calendar, really. I have a saying. Everybody in my company kind of knows it. If it's on the calendar, it gets done. If it's not on the calendar, probably it won't get done, especially when you work at scale. Okay, Cam Scanner. Okay, use your phone to scan documents. Turn an image to look like a regular phone scan. Instead of buying a scanning machine or a copy machine, you use this app. It costs $1, I believe. You can buy for $1. You take a snapshot and it makes it look like you did it on a machine. It's beautiful. Also, you can send fax from there. It's really cool. DocuSign is, you can speed up document signing digitally with other people and save a lot of time. You don't have to print and sign and copy and send. Instead of that, it's all digital. It's really great. Hello Fax, if some old school places need you to send fax, so you could just go to Hello Fax. It's free, and you put a PDF or whatever file, and you put a phone number. Boom, it sends it out via fax. Bottom line, selling on Amazon is a game of tools, to keep trying and exploring the best ones for you, so you can do things at scale really, really rapidly and speed with the good quality, so you don't get headaches and any slowdowns. So that's on that. I just want to say here that I just showed you like five or six categories and maybe a handful of features. If you want to get the whole blueprint, which is more than 130 features, which in other words, it's much more heavy duty. You can download the full version, okay, of Amazon Scaling Blueprint List. Just visit getida.com/blueprint. It's gonna be the whole Excel file. You can be able to look at it one by one and check it out. Hope you enjoy that. We have about 2 minutes, Gary.
Yes, let's wrap up and please tell us about auditing.
Yeah, so auditing, most of you probably already know, but if you don't, 3 high points for auditing, okay? When you ship products to Amazon to FBA, some of your inventory can get lost, damaged, destroyed, disappear, overcharged with fees. It's up to you, the seller, to find these issues, tell Amazon, and get your money back, get reimbursements. And because if you don't, it can equate to 1 to 3% from your sales. So if you're doing 100,000 in sales on an annual basis, 1 to 3% could be $1 to $3,000 that's owed to you. If you're doing 1 million, it could be 10 to 30,000. That's one first point. Second point, there's time limits. You don't have all the time in the world to do it. There's, for the most part, you have up to 18 months to look back. After 18 months, your eligibility to get your money expires. Third point, once you open cases with Amazon, they ask you for more documentation. Make sure you give it to them. Okay, stay very attentive to Amazon's replies. This is more if you ever wonder why you might need help with auditing, this is the stuff we look at. So if anything here looks very unfamiliar, it probably means that you owed money. Okay, this is a quick case study of the impact of auditing. We have a client here that we got him back $151,000, which pushed the bottom line by 11%. You can look at the slide later because I'm gonna want to be attentive to your time. Here we have a case study of a seller that we got him $163,000 back, and it added. And all went to their profit lines, and they got 7x when they did an exit. So they made almost another $1 million on the way out because all the money we got for them in reimbursements went to the bottom line. Somebody bought the business, and all this new profit that came in, they gave them 7 times that profit. So 163,000 times 7, it's about almost $1 million that they made on the way out, just because they got all the money that they're owed. We did prepare a special offer for you guys, so you can try us out. It's free. It's free to join. It's free to stay. On top of that, we're going to give you $400 in free reimbursements. You're going to sign up to GETIDA, and it might take us a few days or a few weeks. We're going to get you $400 of refunds and money back from Amazon. After $400, if you want to leave us, you can leave. If you want to stay, you can stay. All you got to do is go visit getida.com/7FSS. So try that out. I recommend if you like. And that's it. If you have any questions, this is my direct email, yoni@getida.com. I know I had to speed up towards the end, but I hope any of these elements or the tips or advice was useful to you, because if you pick up on one of them and it does better for you, I'm going to feel a great accomplishment. So I hope you enjoyed. And Gary, I give it back to you.
Thank you so much, Yoni. And we're already out of time, but I wanted to get to one question that Kim had. Do you know of a tool like PickFu, but to split test the whole listing instead of just images? Yoni and Gary, thank you.
Good one. To be honest, I don't. I just know that the visuals are the main critical thing. On the copyright, you can try it out. You can half of the day do this, and the next day do like that. Just on the wording stuff, and then see which one does better. Or next week,
Yeah,
if you want to check every Monday, so Monday to Monday, you could do it internally. See one kind of brings you better results.
yeah, yeah.
So
Or you
it's
can,
not as aggressive as visuals, because visuals I think does
yeah.
like 80% of the stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Or Kim, you could even go old school, like, back in like the old days, I interned in an ad agency in college. We actually had in-person focus groups. So, I mean, why not just invite someone that fits your target demographic to come in, watch, maybe in a coffee shop, like, hey, could you take a look at this and see, like, what are they noticing? Maybe they missed something that you wanted them to see. I mean, sometimes you got to go old school, and that could be very valuable
Old
as
school
well.
could be like the new school. You go to a Facebook group. So let's say you're selling baby products. You go to a group of mommies and tell them, if you had to buy this on Amazon, which would you buy? You give them a copy of two types of listing and see what they vote
Yeah.
on. That's it.
Yeah, I love it, love it. All right, thanks so much, Yoni. And I just wanted to highlight the special offer that he's prepared for us. So if you guys have not gotten your Amazon reimbursements yet, what are you waiting for? You're leaving money on the table, and then Yoni has offered a free $400 offer where you can get your first $400 back from Amazon for free at no cost. So I mean, literally, it's a no-brainer if you haven't done this. And they only take a cut if you get money back. If you don't get any money back, then you don't have to pay them a penny. So I love that business philosophy, and I encourage you guys to check that out. All right. So I gotta run, guys. We're out of time. So Yoni, thank you again for coming on and dropping all this value. I learned a lot. I'm sure our audience did too. And thank you everybody for watching. We will see you guys at the next session. Bye everyone.
Take care.